Introducing first, out of the blue corner, presented in association with DB3 Promotions, with head trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre. He weighed in at 134.2 pounds, wearing white and gold. His record, 12 victories, 1 no contest, 8 of those victories coming by way of knockout. In the summer of 21, he represented Team USA at the Tokyo Olympics. He is making his first attempt at a world title. He is ranked #1 by the WBO at 135. He is representing the 7 cities and his hometown, Norfolk, Virginia. He is the businessman, Keyshawn Davis! Introducing out of the red corner, presented in association with K2 Promotions and Queensberry Promotions, with head trainer Stas Grirok. He weighed in at 134.6 pounds, wearing gold, brown, yellow trunks. His record, perfect, 19 fights, 19 victories, 9 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He too represented his country at the 2012 Olympics in London. He is making his first world title defense. He is the reigning, defending WBO lightweight champion of the world from Kiev, Ukraine, Dennis the Thunder Berinchek!
Okay, guys, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch him up. Good luck.
Tim, we cannot avoid what happened this week. The hateful, ugly, racist act. And the reaction from Keyshawn Davis of turning to Berinchek and saying, I'm going to whoop your ass for it. He also has gone out there and predicted, and even said it to us yesterday, a first-round knockout. You've talked about controlling the emotion, controlling the anger. What do you expect early on here?
Focus. That's what I'm expecting from Keyshawn. You know, Keyshawn says a lot of things, but I know he's a smart fighter, and I know his team. However, Keyshawn is an aggressive fighter. He likes to fight on his front foot. Yes, he can fight on his back foot, but he likes to control the action. Again, he likes to manipulate his opposition.
Right away, you see a size differential.
Yeah.
And it's big. They list Davis at 5'9" to Berinchek's 5'7". But you can see across the shoulders and back just the body type of the younger Keyshawn Davis. There's an 11-year age difference here, 25 to 36.
It's going to be about patience. Get control right there, Keyshawn, but it's going to be about patience. It's going to be about his jab. A lot of pendulum bouncing, a lot of lateral movement is going to come from Berinchek. That's his style. He likes to attack on angles. And to take that away is one, going downstairs and going down to that body to take those legs away. And another way of doing it is landing that jab. As you can see, Keyshawn right there going downstairs already.
Straight right to the body from Davis.
Stab jab. Again, having control right there with the lead hand.
Right.
The more technical fighter right out the gate is Keyshawn right there. Sharp. But Berinchek right now is, again, he's a bit of a slow starter as well. You know, he adapts inside there. You see shots like that.
Just pushes him back.
He pushes him back, but you see shots like that, clubbing shots like that. That's what Berinchek is really good at. Punching from odd angles.
Now doubling up the jab, closing the range as Davis. Don't see the right hand behind it yet. Constantly switching stances is what Denis Beranchyk does. And he'll do it in real time coming forward, somewhat awkwardly.
Oh, yeah. But that's his style.
It is. And we had the conversation about style with Davis, and we said, what do you make of the style of Beranchyk? He said his whole style is one big mistake. He said he crosses his feet.
Runs in with shots like that.
Exactly.
But sometimes, Tess, to a regular fighter, that can be extremely difficult. Even to the champions out there, it can be extremely difficult. But Keyshawn, again, staying underneath himself, staying calm. And it seems like he's ready for anything that Beranchyk does.
By the way, he's answered the question in terms of handling the emotion and the anger of the events of the week.
Hit him behind his head. Time.
Back here at the theater at Madison Square Garden. Packed crowd to see Keyshawn Davis and the world champion Denis Beranchyk. And from this point forward, we will be commercial free.
Nice right hand.
Catches him with that right hand. He was timing him on that bounce little hop that time from that southpaw stance of Beranchyk.
It's a pendulum bounce test.
Stay off his head.
Bouncing forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Exactly.
Your weight. And you know what? You can be timed doing that because you're slightly up in the air. Your feet are off the canvas.
Yeah, and when your feet are off the canvas, you're not in a position to punch, nor in a position to have any defensive movement.
Exactly. And so from this stance, this is where Keyshawn, I believe, he's gonna do very well with that right hand of his.
Right. Step back, let him go. Good.
And I said through the lead up, it's gonna be a lot of wrestling in there, tying up.
That's exactly what we get from Beranchyk.
I said it's gonna be a hug fest, to be honest with you. It is Valentine's Day.
Things, not that it was all tying up against Emmanuel Navarrete, but just the awkwardness muddled things. We told you we did not see the typical work rate of Navarrete. He was reduced to 51 punches per round, a guy who usually has all-out offensive assault.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I told you, Keyshawn likes to have control of his opposition.
He's more selective.
And he will stop you from getting any kind of momentum. And this is Keyshawn's thing too. This is both of them. And I said during the lead up that this was going to be a hug fest for the first 4, maybe three rounds or so. And then they'll start to heat up.
Let him go, working it. Work. Stop. Go hit him behind his head. Back up.
Keyshawn looking to work behind that jab there. That was also nearly a clash of heads, but the punch did come through as well.
See, Keyshawn trying to take the space away. That's why he's trying to pressure. Trying to take that space away and not allowing him to use the legs. Beranchyk to use his legs. But there, nice little forward shift right there. That backhand. But the body work is what's important, Tess, for Keyshawn. Because it's going to slow down and it's going to take the mobility away from Beranchyk. Nice uppercut on the inside.
Yeah, it's an effect with that right hand.
Wait. I got you. Time.
Keyshawn will return to the corner. What did you make of the messaging from Bomac?
Keyshawn wants to get after it, and he's saying, yeah, I want you to come in and stay disciplined and come behind your jab, which is smart. He should come behind the jab because you got to blind him with something to be able to land shots. But, man, Keyshawn, this round right now, opening up, not having a hard time finding the target. He figures that if he lets him just sit on the outside and let him think. Oh! Body work.
Left hook to the body!
That's where it is.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Said that in the first round, the body is the key.
A left hook to the body scores the knockdown early in round 3.
You can't push off from it. Let me handle that. Don't push off.
Little dirty boxing by both guys, both men.
Oh, he's coming close with that right uppercut. That's nearly been there a couple times short on the inside, Timmy.
And you see how Barinchyk, usually when he gets to those points and get off to the side, he's able to work. But you see how Keyshawn takes that away from him and quickly grabs him.
He's probing to the body again with that jab.
Uh-oh. He's starting to get comfortable.
You can see it.
Yes, he's starting to get comfortable. You see those punches coming. He understands the speed. What do they say? I understand it now.
Yep.
he's
computed. He's downloaded. And also, I don't know that he thinks of Baranchik's work on the inside and his punching ability as much of a threat.
No, it's not much of a threat. However, you don't just want him to score on you. You don't want to do that. You don't want a fighter like Barinchyk in this class to gain any confidence at all.
Right.
Barinchyk right now, what he's doing is he's stepping on the lead foot of Keyshawn Davis. That's a tactic used as a veteran move right there. Referee hasn't seen it yet, but it's been a couple of times where their front foot met. He stepped right on top of it.
Now he switches stances back to orthodox, but wait till he goes southpaw and you'll see it.
And he kept Keyshawn still just for a moment.
A good combination to close out round number 3. In a round that Keyshawn Davis scored the knockdown.
This is a knockdown right here. You see Keyshawn move in position to land that shot right there outside to the liver of the southpaw Barinchyk. Barinchyk right there just covering up. He was actually almost down. That Keyshawn is dishing out. However, he's used to these type of grappling type of fights. He can do this all night. He did it with Navarrete.
Round number 4. Keyshawn Davis, his first shot at a world championship, trying to win a lightweight championship in his 14th pro fight. Loma did it in 12 at 135 pounds. Oscar De La Hoya did it in 14 fights as well. Blood coming from the nose of the world champion, Denis Barinchyk, who entered this fight. The world champion entered this fight as the underdog, just under 5-1. The odds against him.
The one thing about Keyshawn Davis is he don't get enough credit for is his defense. Superb defense. He don't get hit often.
Barinchyc's only landing 11% of his total punches so far in this fight.
Superb.
And tried to go to the body with a left hand there and then ties up again. Actually looking into the crowd and smiling. He's so comfortable right now.
Yes, he is. And you hear the voice in the background of Terrence Crawford yelling to him and saying that, hey, don't allow him to tie you up and hit him downstairs to the body. That's where it's at. There it is. That's where it is. I told you.
Body shot by Keyshawn Davis.
Over.
It is a knockout victory. Hey, Norfolk, Virginia, your young man just did it.
You don't know, now you know. I mean, the easiest way to get to your opposition is the biggest target. You see Keyshawn right there, staying composed on the inside, not allowing Barinchyk to tie him up. Again, nice control right there, getting loose, not giving up his hands, keeping his hands free. and landing that shot right there to the liver. Now understand this, from the southpaw stance, that liver sits right there where he landed, right? You see him dig that shot up. Perfect technique on the inside by Keyshawn Davis, and you saw the effect of that shot right there. No mas from Barinchyk.
And did he ever look the part? Let's go to the ring with Mark Chinook.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside the theater at Madison Square Garden, this bout comes to a conclusion at 1 minute, 45 seconds of round number 4. For your winner by knockout and the new WBO lightweight champion of the world, the businessman, Keyshawn Davis!
Hold it high, Keyshawn. America's got themselves a new world champion, and his name is Keyshawn Davis. Remember, we will have the State of Boxing coming your way on the ESPN app. It's a knockout. The count to 10. We're going to hear from Keyshawn Davis when we return.
Keyshawn, you said you were born to be a world champion. Today, you finally hear the words "and new." Describe the feeling.
Man, it was an amazing feeling, man, though. Right before I knocked him out, I was hearing the crowd saying, Norfolk, Norfolk, Norfolk. I was like, oh, no, I got to knock him out now. Boom!
And right before you did something that you told us you were going to do in the fighter meetings. You looked over to Terrence Crawford. What was that exchange like?
Man, he told me, he was like, man, I told you it's going to be a body shot, man. He kept telling me, like, double my shots up. And when I did land to the body, it was 2 shots, and the second one put him down.
We saw Keon earlier on the show. That's your blood brother. We got your other brother behind you, your older brother. But Terrence Crawford told me, man, it felt like seeing my little brother win a belt. What does that mean to you with Bomac and the entire team?
Man, I've been knowing B&B for years, man. And ever since we got with these guys, we've been growing great chemistry. We've been growing as a family together, man. And we Sunday nights at camp, we cook Bomac cookout. Everybody come over, we throw down, we eat, we have fun together. So Terrence is definitely family, man. All love, for sure.
Walk me through the fight, though, because he was awkward early on. It was rough in there. How were you able to overcome that?
Honestly, I never really had problems with like awkward fighters. The only thing that was kind of giving me a little trouble was how he kept jumping in and out. And he was a little faster than I expected, but as rounds went on and on, I just got more comfortable in there, and the 4th round did it to him.
You said, before they put this strap on me, I want to see my son, and this is why you do it. Walk me through what becoming a father meant to you and how you were inspired tonight by Lil Key.
Man, my son was here. I had to show up for my son, man. Keyshawn Jr. Man, he was in the crowd watching me, man. I had to show up for my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just mean a lot to me right now. I wish he could be in the ring with me so I could be holding him. But when he look back at this day, man, he gonna be proud of his father.
All week, you were pulling at this belt and knew it was going to be yours. What does it feel to actually have it be yours? You earned it.
Hey, yo, Norfolk, Virginia, y'all got a world champ on y'all hands. I'm coming to the crib, and we gonna get lit again.
Now, again means who's next? Who do you want next now that you're a champion?
Man, anybody that got the balls to step in the ring to fight me, tell them come on, anybody. It's two 135 division champions that I would love to fight. You know, but if they got the guts to step in the ring with the businessman, tell them send me a contract or I send him one.
There was a lot of drama. A lot of stuff went on prior to this fight, the weigh-in. How were you able to control your emotions?
Oh, man, honestly, man, I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations throughout my entire life, and I still had to go overseas, fight in Russia. I still had to go overseas and put on amazing performances so I could go pro and get an amazing contract for me and my brothers. You know, so them antics that happened this week, it was fun to me, you know, but the fight was even better. I got to release all of that, and thank God I got the 4th round knockout. God is great. God is real, man. Shouts out to my Lord Jesus Christ. Don't play with him.
And finally, for all those people who have been through mental health struggles, to see a champion, a real boxing world champion, after everything you've overcome, what message do you have to those folks?
Yeah, man. I definitely had some mental health struggles, man. I've been to the mental home. I was one of them kids that was taking medicine every single day, and I lost myself, and I had to find myself again. And I'm here right now on national television telling everybody going through mental health in the dark or in the daylight, man, just take it day by day. And one day, you will overcome it. Just take it day by day and never give up on yourself. Believe in God, and He will prevail. He always prevails.
Keyshawn Davis, the new WBO lightweight champion.
Introducing first, out of the blue corner, presented in association with OR Promotions, with head trainer Pedro Alern. He weighed in at 141.4 pounds, wearing black trunks. His record, 29 victories with only 1 defeat. 19 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He's the former IBF #1 lightweight contender from Tres Arroyos, Argentina, Gustavo El Eléctrico Lemos. Introducing out of the red corner, presented in association with DB3 Promotions, with head trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre. He weighed in at 134.2 pounds, wearing black trunks with blue trim. His record, 11 victories, no defeats, 1 no contest. 7 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is a U.S. Olympic silver medalist, fighting out of the B&B Boxing Academy. He is the reigning and defending WBO Intercontinental, IBF Intercontinental, and WBC USA lightweight champion, representing the 7 cities and his hometown of Norfolk, Virginia. He is the businessman, Keyshawn Davis!
Fighter chief second. Fighter chief second.
Look at those shorts.
Okay. I got you. Protector. Mouthpiece. All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect. A good, clean fight. Ya recibieron las instrucciones con una pelea limpia. Golpes legales, legal punches, here for you. Legal punches, here for you. Touch gloves, look to both of you. Una set de los dos. Toca guante.
Tim, what does your son Malachi say? The atmosphere here is bust.
They say bust now. It's no longer busting.
Okay, well, bust. I'm old, but I mean, look. What's Keyshawn feeling right about now?
He looks like he's laser focused right now, and he's going to have to be. You see how big Lemos is right now. Lemos, last minute stretches. If I'm Lemos right now, I'm coming out and I'm attacking. I'm attacking, and I'm letting my presence be felt early. I want to make sure I land something hard while he's not warmed up yet.
Came in at 155.4. He weighed 141.4 at the weigh-in. That's 6.4 pounds above the weight limit of 135, because this is a title eliminator for Keyshawn Davis. He's ranked #3 by 3 of the world's sanctioning bodies. Everything's at stake in his hometown for Keyshawn Davis, and he's got a monster in front of him who is in shape, Tim. He trained for this fight. He didn't train to make 35. He trained to make 40 plus.
Not at all, and you're already starting to see this is exactly what Lemos has to do. And Keyshawn right now, again, just keep it smart. Keep it very simple. Don't get greedy with his combinations. 1, maybe 2 shots at a time, but you see him right there going down to the body. That's another key. You know, you think that he had tough weigh-in, check him downstairs. See what he ate for breakfast. See what he ate for lunch. Keyshawn going downstairs early in hopes it pays good dividends down the stretch.
It's a nice up jab from Keyshawn Davis. As long as he uses his speed and his legs, he doesn't get into this type of fight where Lemos is going to try to rough him up.
Again, that's the tie-up I was talking about. You want to stop your fighter's momentum from coming forward or your opponent's momentum, you tie him up. You close the gap and you tie him up. Nice exit right there, again, from Davis.
Lemos landed a nice body shot there on the inside. Look at the back of Lemos. He's huge tonight. Now, Keyshawn is used to sparring Terrence Crawford. He's used to sparring his brothers who are 6 foot plus, Keon and Kelvin, but they don't have this type of build and put this type of pressure on them.
Not at all. You see Lemos right there doing a smart thing. He's throwing, he's trying to anticipate where Keyshawn's going to be. You saw that right hand. Keyshawn was moving to his left, and you saw him buzz it right over his head.
Ole.
Ole, ole, ole.
Oh, nice quick flashy combination from Davis, and Lemos leaps and misses from far away.
This round, great boxing from Keyshawn, keeping the fight out at distance where he wants it to be. Again, and counterpunching effectively. Again, right there, though, smart move. Keyshawn just getting close and bumping, creating space for himself to be able to evade.
Nice body shot there
yes,
from
it
Lemos.
was. He stayed still. Lemos stayed home, and he's going to go downstairs on Keyshawn. He believes he's weak there.
The CompuBox numbers state that in terms of body shots, both fighters, well, they go downstairs, but Lemos is a lot more effective at it. 45% of Lemos' landed punches are to the body, which is 15 above the average for the lightweight division. Under 30% for Keyshawn Davis. So that's part of the work that Lemos does, but if Keyshawn keeps him at bay with the quickness, that's his advantage. And Tim, the up jab has been his bread and butter so far through these first 3 minutes.
Keyshawn, the only thing that he didn't do, he didn't counter enough. You know, when you get a guy that likes the pressure like that, you got to counter him off and to keep him honest. I mean, he was slippery that round. He was able to evade and get off on the shoulders, but again, if he doesn't counter, Lemos is going to keep coming forward. He has to counter as often as possible.
All right, he was over by 6.4 pounds at the weigh-in. He was,
there it is.
That's a left counter.
There it is.
Davis, and down goes Lemos. Big boy or not, overweight or not.
Beautiful shot.
All right, did he wake up the Argentinian lion, or did he just show just how powerful and dominant this lightweight can be? As he's playing Matador for moments, goes downstairs with a vicious right hook, and that left hook puts him on stanky legs and face first on the mat. And he goes reeling backwards. Don't dance too early now, Keyshawn, because Lemos is still dangerous. But not if you can continue to land those powerful shots. And that's how you end the fight. Keyshawn Davis said, I don't care if he's King Kong. If he comes into my house, he's going to pay the price. And boy, did Lemos pay the price. Second round knockout victory for Keyshawn Davis. Get this man a title shot. Keyshawn making his mama Wanda proud. Glad to see Lemos is okay. Tim, vicious knockdown, and then the finish.
I was just saying, he wasn't countering enough. And then when he decided to counter, he caught him coming in. You see, he missed with that hook. Perfectly timed right hand as he's coming in. Double impact, his momentum, he's coming forward, his own inertia, there it is. Took him that way, boom, go ahead, and me land that right hand up. Right on the chin. Nice pull counter. Beautiful timing right there from Keyshawn. He saw that in the first round. He said, you know what, I'm going to go back to that later. I'm not going to make him pay just yet. But this is the second knockdown right here in the finish. Going downstairs, softening him up. Coming up top with a beautiful left hook right there as Lemos is shooting the right hand. Great time and perfect execution. My gosh. My gosh. Great work right here by Keyshawn Davis. And here's the end of the fight right here. Good combination. He knows he has his man hurt. Just following up short shots on the inside. That last uppercut right there, ooh, that was diabolical, people. That last uppercut right there. He didn't have to do that, but he did. He made him pay for those 6 pounds.
The referee did not get there in time, even though Raul Kais tried. That was a vicious finish. He let everything, all the anger, all the doubt, everything that he had inside of him, and listen to the crowd as Keyshawn Davis is having the time of his life.
Skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills at the end of the day. Extra credit tonight for Keyshawn Davis for taking this fight. I told you guys at the beginning, it's a dangerous fight. He had an uneven playing field, but again, he came through in tremendous fashion. This knockout was brutal for Lemos. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear anybody put this performance down and saying that, oh, Lemos is weight drained. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He had an advantage. He was a junior middleweight tonight, and he got knocked out by a 135-pounder in Keyshawn Davis.
He got Debo tonight.
Debo. Skills pay the bills, man. Look, those skills can overcome anything in that ring, man. And he showed that tonight.
You talk about being fearless. You talk about taking on all comers. You talk about stepping into the ring and saying, look, I promised these fans a show. And Keyshawn Davis is the definition right now of showed out. 135 pounds. Look, you can say whatever you want coming into this fight. But what Keyshawn Davis proved as he comes over to congratulate Gustavo Lemos is that he is a real player in this division.
Absolutely.
All right, Mark Chinook has the official time of the stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, here.
Got problems with Mark Chinook's mic, and we'll get that fixed momentarily.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside Scope Arena, Norfolk, Virginia, this bout comes to a conclusion at 1 minute, 8 seconds of round number 2 for your winner by knockout, and still the WBO Intercontinental, IBF Intercontinental, and WBC USA champion. He's your very own from Norfolk, Virginia. He is the businessman, Keyshawn Davis.
Let's go, Bo. You got it? Hey, bring it in, bring it in. Welcome, Keyshawn Davis. I got to tell you, Star is born tonight, man.
Hey, man, all the glory to God. God is real.
Hey, Key, you just knocked out, took out a junior middleweight. How's that feel?
Hey, man, I told y'all all week that God gonna be with me inside this ring, and y'all seen what happened. He was definitely with me. I knocked him out in the 2nd round. Woo!
Listen, he was not out of shape. You come in big with abs like that. He had a plan. Did you have any hesitation? That's a significant weight difference. Did you have any hesitation in your heart? You've been real honest with me with this about taking this fight.
Yeah. No, I had no hesitation. Me and my team, we stuck to our guns, man. We said if he come in too much over, we ain't gonna fight. But he followed his game plan. He didn't come too much over, so we had to fight, and we gave y'all a spectacular night. Did we or did we not? I think we did.
You did. Listen, I know that basically this was a title eliminator. Yeah. You are supposedly slated to fight Dennis Berenchik for a title. I don't want to get past the glory of this night, but your thoughts on that?
Hey, man, I honestly thought Limos was going to put up, a stronger challenge than Baranchik, but I knocked him out in the second round, so we'll see what Baranchik got to put up. But next year, Norfolk, y'all going to have a world champion next year, man. How about that?
Seem like they're looking forward to it. Listen, have you had a night like this in your life? I mean, most people never have a night like.
No, since I've been professional, I can definitely say, man, this is definitely a marquee night. Not only did I put on an amazing performance, Keon Davis put on an amazing performance, Kelvin Davis put on an amazing performance, Troy Ozzie put on an amazing performance, and then I closed the show, man. Hey, if y'all want to come see us, shake our hand, take pictures, make sure y'all come to Waterside District right now.
Hey, Mom, you might be manager of the year, whatever, Mom of the year. Everyone dedicated, all your sons dedicated this night to you. I just wonder how you feel.
I'm excited, overwhelmed, and very, very happy.
What's next?
Hey, a world title. But also, we're going to come back to Norfolk, man, so y'all don't forget about me. Y'all keep supporting DB3. But a world title is definitely going to be next 2025. We got big, big plans for everybody in the boxing world. Hey, Javante, knock, knock.
You've been on that all week. Listen, did you ever have any doubt this place could fill up like this? We haven't been to a fight like this in a long time.
Nah, since I've been signed to Top Rank, we've been planning a night like this, and I've been telling Top Rank, look, when we come there, we're going to sell the place out. So I had no doubts, and Top Rank, we brought it back as a team. They put on an amazing performance promoting this event, and it been a spectacular event all week, man. Shouts out to Top Rank, Todd DeBuff, and Bob Arum.
10,500 plus tonight.
We gonna go bigger, man. We definitely gonna go bigger. And we did 10,000 plus without an opponent that everybody knew. So everybody really came out to support DB3. We gonna take it national now, baby. Woo!
Plus a hell of a national anthem, I have to say, ladies. Anything else you want to tell the fans?
Hey, for everybody that supported us all week, or even in the beginning, for the ones that didn't even know us or knew us in the beginning, I appreciate y'all for supporting us, man. This was a spectacular night, and it could have been amazing without y'all fans. Give y'all a hand clap before y'all go, man.
One more thing. That's a big, tough, strong guy. Tell me what it like. Did you feel his power, and when did you feel him break?
Honestly, I ain't feel no power in him. I actually sat back on the ropes one little second, and I let him throw his overhand that he loved to throw, and I felt it on my shoulder. And I looked at my brothers. I gave him that face like, nah, not enough. But hey, it ended in the second round, so maybe he didn't get a chance to really hit me. But hey, I can't really say too much in a 2-round fight.
When you put him down the first time, were you surprised?
Yes, I honestly was surprised. I didn't know that right hand was going to put him down, but I did hit him flush right on the chin. And honestly, that was my first time actually throwing my right hand, if you go back and watch. So it caught him by surprise, caught me by surprise. Next thing I know, I see him getting him off the canvas.
Hell of a night. Congratulations, Keyshawn. Congratulations, all the Davises. Congratulations, Norfolk. Fellas.
Introducing first, out of the blue corner, presented in association with Campanovo Sports. He weighed in at 134.7 pounds, wearing black trunks with burgundy trim. His record, 31 victories with 2 defeats. 28 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From Sinaloa, Mexico, Miguel El Explosivo Madueno. Introducing out of the red corner. He weighed in at 134.8 pounds. Wearing red and black trunks. His record, 10 victories, no defeats, 1 no contest. 7 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is a U.S. Olympic silver medalist. He is the reigning and defending USBA, WBC USA, and WBO Intercontinental Lightweight Champion, representing the 7 cities in his hometown, Norfolk, Virginia, the businessman, Keyshawn Davis!
All right, seconds out, guys. The mouthpiece. Trump's good. Gentlemen, go over the rules earlier. Most important, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times, and give me a good, clean break. Good luck to you both. Touch them up.
Tim Bradley, when we met with Miguel Medueno yesterday, he confidently said, I can beat Keyshawn if I set the tone early.
I believe he will.
You believe he will set the tone early?
I believe he will attempt to, or at least
You do not
try.
believe the first part of that statement?
Listen to me. Medueno is going to do exactly what I do when I play Call of Duty. Call of Duty with my son. I don't know how to play it. I just spray and pray. I pray I land something and it hurts my man or kills my man.
All right, here we go. Round number 1. We'll see if Miguel can keep up with that against the wildly skilled Keyshawn Davis.
Medueno has some heavy hands now. 28 knockouts.
Davis, last time we saw him, Timmy, was that 6-round TKO against Jose Pedraza. Jose Pedraza, a former two-division world champion. You think about Pedraza and what Pedraza has on his tool belt and what he's accomplished in his career. I know the phase of his career he's at.
Yeah.
But is Medueno of that class?
He's not of that class, but he prescribes a different challenge, because he's a big 135-pounder. He's even fought as high as 154 pounds and was able to produce knockouts. And I get it was against less competition, but that shows you that his power is real, one, that he's durable, and plus he's mentally tough. So he's going to take some shots tonight from Keyshawn, and he's going to continue to keep on coming, trying to land leather.
Oh, good jab to the body from Davis.
Stab jab was nasty. You heard it from him.
Then he's able to duck under that right hand from Miguel.
Oh, it's going to be target practice. It's going to be how much Medueno is going to be able to take over the course of 10 rounds.
Drives down a right hand. He does bring a lot of offense with him when he gets to the inside, doesn't he?
Tess, he throws 90 punches on average, 90 punches a round.
Well, there's another side to that, Tim, and that is when you throw a lot of punches, you're opening yourself up, and you square it up a lot to absorb a lot of punches. Now, last week, we were down there in Miami. There's a right hand from Keyshawn. And we're broadcasting that Teofimo Lopez fight against Steve Claggett. Look at this.
He's wasting energy. I mean, it looks fancy, but he's wasting energy.
Yeah, you're using your legs. You're using your legs by lifting
I get it.
140-pound man off the ground.
Exactly.
But anyways, what I was saying is last week, one of the central discussions we had on this crew was talking about Teofimo Lopez's opponent, Steve Claggett. And we kept referencing the fact that Steve Claggett had record-setting punch totals, that he had a fight where he connected with over 500 punches. Well, Miguel was the target he hit. The guy who Steve Claggett landed 512 punches against, and 417 of them were power shots, was the guy who's in the ring right now with Keyshawn Davis.
Break clean. Thank you.
And he's applying the same pressure that Teo got through the course of the fight. I would say Claggett is a little bit better at it. He knows how to close the gap and cut off the ring.
Miguel bravely going right into the kitchen, throwing that right hand against Davis.
However, Medueno hits a lot harder than Claggett.
Another jab to the body, and look at the defensive prowess of Keyshawn Davis to get away from all of this offensive power of Miguel Medueno. Look at this scene here at The Rock in Newark as everybody's getting set for these 2 world title fights set to come your way, including pound-for-pound elite Shakur Stevenson. Round number 2 for Keyshawn Davis against Miguel Medueno. In that first round, he had a 16-5 connect advantage. Take us through what you saw, Timmy, in that first round from Keyshawn.
So what you're going to see, this is subtle right here, but this is called profiling. You profile your opposition. You know exactly where his head is. That short little shot on the inside by Keyshawn right there. That was smart. And then he gets real physical on the inside. These are veteran tactics. Then the stab jab. You're going back to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather started this off with that stab jab. What that does is stops your opponent's momentum from coming forward. And it buys you some time to be able to get out, reset, and regroup. Plus, it weakens them as well, Tess. As you know, going down to that body slowly drains your opponent's reserve.
He had 5 of those in the first round. And then we were listening in to Brian McIntyre, the trainer of Keyshawn, and he told him specifically, he said, every chance you have I want you to stab him to the body.
Keyshawn right now, he's gonna have to stab to the body, you know, to keep that momentum from coming forward. And you see Medrano reacting to the feints. However, he's not spooked. But that's the thing about Medrano. He's not going to go anywhere. Keyshawn's going to have to stand and choose and fight, or even try to bag him up at some point in the fight. Most guys that like to come forward, they do not like to go backwards, Tess. So if you push him back, you take him out of his element. Don't allow him to be strong and feel dominant, Tess.
Lightweight division very much in our focus tonight with Keyshawn, with Abdullah, and then Shakur Stevenson will defend his WBC title coming up a little later. And at the end of this round, we will be in the locker room with Shakur.
That's smart, going down to their body. Really, really smart by Keyshawn. Again, Medrano's not going to go anywhere.
Medrano with a right hand to the body against Keyshawn. Keyshawn fires back with a right hand up top of his own.
Medrano, where he's going to try to have an advantage is he's trying to punch with Keyshawn. He's trying to punch with Davis. He's trying to catch him in between his punches. That was a big punch behind the head.
Yeah, that was a clubbing right hand that partially went behind the head.
Because he knows he's not going to beat him in the speed department or the skill department. He knows that he's going to have to catch him in between his shots.
Stop.
The 3-division world champion now. Of course, he conquered the featherweight division, 130 pounds. We're going to see a title fight at 130 pounds coming up in a moment. And now the WBC, the famed green belt, the WBC lightweight champion. When Mark Kriegel referenced the fact that, Timmy, that Hartunian was getting a little chatty, Hartunian has not backed down with his confidence and telling everybody what he thinks about this opportunity, saying all the pressure's on Shakur, and I am very confident that I can hurt him.
Well, you got to be able to land on it. I mean, that's big talk. Shakur Stevenson, as you can see, as you know, one of the hardest fighters to lay a glove on.
Has the best plus-minus in all boxing. There's an uppercut from Keyshawn Davis here early on in round number 3 against Miguel Medrano, and now the crowd roaring with every shot he lands. He has a 28-13 connect advantage. He's landed 12 power punches to this point.
Yeah, Keyshawn is starting to find his mark, and he has been early. However, things are starting to slow down a bit. He's starting to get comfortable with the pressure that Medrano was putting on him. Now he's starting to set up shots on the inside, landing his combinations.
Oh, there's a
like
good
that.
right hand. Off-platform right hand from Keyshawn Davis.
Stop, break clean.
And if the knockout comes, Tess, it's not going to come.
There's a right hand now from Miguel as Keyshawn tries to turn away from it.
That's exactly what Medrano needs to do. Make it rough and tough for the young Keyshawn Davis. Good defense right there against the ropes. I don't like Keyshawn standing up on the ropes like that with his chin exposed. He needs to tuck and cover and walk Medrano's back to the center of the ring. He's dangerous right there.
In his head
I mean, man, you better get off them ropes.
Listen, it's elite upper body movement defensively, but you can also just use your legs and get out of that position.
Well, you can misjudge a punch coming, Tess, and get clipped on the temple, on the eye, somewhere. That can be harmful to you.
Stop. Let him go. Let his head go. Let's go. Come on.
Range finding with that jab. Then he goes to the body.
Oh, yeah.
4 punches to the body. It started with the jab. Then he swept with the combination, just like Bomax said to do.
He's slowly weakening Medrano. That's what he's trying to do, weaken him little by little. The knockout's not going to come right away. It's going to come on the back end. He got 10 rounds to do it or figure it out. He's going to slowly beat on him.
Well, that left hand hit the mark as well.
Medrano, serious.
Just keeps coming and
He's
coming
serious.
and coming
I'm telling you, man. Terminator.
Said I'm going to come forward the entire fight, and I hope he fights too. You don't have to worry about that. The accuracy of Keyshawn Davis. Wild swinging right hand from Miguel, and that is how we will close out round 3.
Go to your corner.
Shakur Stevenson's 3rd title fight from this huge crowd in Newark will be coming up a little later on right here on ESPN. Pound for pound elite Shakur Stevenson on a night with 2 world title fights. And now we get a chance to see Keyshawn Davis, the undefeated title contender. And let's show you the CompuBox numbers when it comes to jabs. I mean, Davis is dominating, 23-3 connect advantage. But it's also the fact that he's landing 52%. His effectiveness with the jab.
He's going to have to. You know, he's doing his best. Oh, he hurt him with that shot.
Oh, and a 1-2. Splits the guard. Right hand. Now he goes to the body. Look at this offensive assault from Keyshawn Davis. Snapping back the head in round number 4. Good stuff from Keyshawn.
Has he turned on the kill switch? It looks that way, Tess, after that sequence.
Step back, break clean. Thank you, guys. What?
And yet there is Miguel sitting right in front of him time and again. Another accurate right hand. That time he loops it a bit.
Madueño's tough as they come, Tess. He's taking some big shots in there.
A 33-fight veteran. Davis is picking his spots here in round number 4.
Man, Madueño's like a gnat you can't get rid of. He's just all on Keyshawn. Just coming forward, taking shots.
3-punch combination backs him up, and he walks right back into the heat of it. And then fires right hands of his own.
Stop. Break clean. He didn't mean that. It's just where it came, man. Come on.
What I like from Keyshawn, I like his physical strength. He told us in the fight, I've been working on my physical. I've been lifting a lot of weights, you know, to get strong. He understood that he's going to be facing a strong fighter like Madueño, which is good, and it's helping him. Tess. Woo, the rolls in the inside.
Oh, this is sharp shooting right now. This is sharp, sharp stuff.
Entertaining stuff right here.
And the varied offensive attack, too. The 1-2s up top. The stab jabs to the body work, and then going upstairs, as well as the defensive stuff rolling.
See, you see that Keyshawn's giving less room now. He's staying close enough to be able to hit and counter Madueño.
Gives an angle, sends off the right hand. Miguel right into the pocket, going to the body, comes upstairs with the right hand, just a glancing blow.
Keyshawn trying to rest right there. He's trying to find a way to get off the ropes.
Step back.
Can't stay there, Madueño. That's one spot you want to end up at. You make Madueño's job easy when you sit on the ropes with him. That's what he wants you to do.
Fight high totals for connects and punches thrown in round number 4 for Keyshawn Davis. Tim Bradley, Keyshawn Davis was 34 out of 61 total punches in that last round.
Look, the art of boxing, I mean, it isn't careless. It's meticulous like this. Meaningful shots. This is being a complete pro right here. You know, he's doing a good job in navigating his way through this fight. Keyshawn is throwing that mid-range when he needs to, being inside the pocket as well, dominating on the inside like that with short uppercuts on the inside, and throwing combinations, using his jab and setting up his combinations just like here, as you see. Just good work by Keyshawn Davis. Little by little, he's slowly weakening
56%.
Yeah, he's slowly weakening him. And you know that 50% rate, you know what I always tell you.
Well, see, he's at 55% of his power punches.
The stoppage should be near.
You know who also believes in that is Bomac, is Brian McIntyre, his trainer, because we listened in after the last round, and he gave him the combination he wants to see. He said under with the right hand, over with the left. But he said he cannot take much more of this.
He's going to keep coming.
There's that right hand to the body again.
But you're starting to see the inside work here by Keyshawn. You got to be careful not to pull straight up. That left hook from Madueño is going to come.
Remember, first of our 2 world title fights is coming up next. Oshaki Foster against Robson Conceição, the Olympic gold medalist, WBC Junior Lightweight Championship. And then it's Shakur Stevenson and Artem Hartunian for the WBC Lightweight World Championship. There is shock. Oshaki Foster from Houston, Texas, the 3rd defense of his title. He is coming off high drama. I mean, sensational, fan-friendly fights that came down to the 12th round, and Shock having to pull it out. What will happen in moments against Conceição?
Keyshawn again showing his inside prowess. The same thing coming from But Dueno just kind of trying to land something. Spraying and praying, that's it. Keyshawn has landed some vicious shots on him, and he's taking them well. He's still in this fight. Can't count him out. He still has heavy hands. But Keyshawn right now in total control of the action.
And then there is Shakur Stevenson, his really good friend, who's glued to watch the action of Keyshawn Davis. These two have a dynamic relationship.
Yes, they do. And they've already said that they will not fight each other.
Keyshawn is so outspoken about his lofty ranking right now already in his career. The fact he said, I'd go up, I'll fight Teofimo Lopez at 140. I'll take anybody. Put me on the Tank Davis, Vasily Lomachenko co-feature. I'll fight the winner there. Give me Baranchek, the WBO champ. But the only guy I won't fight is Shakur Stevenson.
They're friends.
They're very close friends.
Yes. Nice body shot from Dueno.
Yeah, came with the left hand, sweeping across that belt line moments ago in the closing moments here of round number 5. Scheduled for 10 before our 2 world championship fights from here in Newark, New Jersey. Joe and Tim with you ringside. Mark Kriegel reporting. Bernardo Osuna a little under the weather this evening. Get well soon, our friend. Keyshawn Davis with a 93-40 connect advantage.
And Dueno got an appetite for leather. He just eating shots after shot.
Especially the body work, because then it opens up things like that. The attack upstairs. 27 body connects to this point. You see the punches landed overall by Davis.
Get up. All right. Come on, let's go.
Oh, what a good right hand behind that jab. Then he goes to the body with a left. And Miguel right in the kitchen, throwing heat to the body himself.
Put your hand out. Let him go. Let him go. Break. Stop. Stop. Break. Break clean. Break. Break. Guys, come on, man.
You start hitting guys that often, you worry about hand injuries. You know, hitting them high on the head. Dueno has a strong chin, as you can see. I would pay attention more downstairs if I was Keyshawn. That's where I would focus most of my attention downstairs, and he has been. But I think he can do a little bit more downstairs. Keyshawn right here, what he's doing, he's buying himself time. That's what he's doing.
Right uppercut on the inside.
The body work is what's going to continue to weaken with Dueno and slow him down. And then eventually Keyshawn will be able to land something up top that's going to really hurt him.
This is a right uppercut that was glancing from Dueno. He is letting his hands go as he said he would. He knows it's his only hope to come forward the entire fight.
But Dueno tries to wear you out. He pushes the pace on you. He lets his hands go. He's landing. Those are thudding bunches he's landing. Whether on the arms or to the body. Anywhere he can.
2 left uppercuts and then a left to the body, right hand, and then Miguel just keeps firing to the head. Keyshawn picking his spots, countering between punches with the right hand. Now posting. He'll get the warning from David Franciosi over that.
Man, boxing is about inches of serious centimeters.
Stop boxing. Stop. Stop.
This young man's in tune with everything. He's looking down at us at the commentary table.
He's looking at you right now.
And he's laughing. He's saying, this is a tough dude. That's what he's saying.
Stop. Come on, we wipe your gloves.
Yeah, this fight is definitely testing the conditioning of Davis.
End of 6.
Go to your corner. Come on, man.
If he just hit the ref, he's going to get DQ'd.
Who the fuck just hit me? Motherfucker. Who just hit me? He did. You fuck with me, I'm going to disqualify you. 1, 2, 3. Done, okay? Mark. I told him he doesn't it again, I'm going to disqualify him. That was it. Seconds out.
Watch what happened after the bell to end the 6th round. Watch the referee. Watch this. Right-hand side of your screen. This is after the 6th round.
Stop.
Miguel Madueño was punching back at Davis after they went head-to-head, and he hits the referee, David Franciosi.
Let's go.
Franciosi was out of it for a moment. He said, "Who just hit me?"
Stop.
And it was confirmed. And now this thing's getting ugly.
Oh, my goodness.
What is going on?
What's wrong with you?
He wants to get DQ'd, Timmy.
Yes, he does. He wants out. He wants out.
Took a swipe at the end of the 6th, and now he's trying to go WWE on Keyshawn, who just drove a right hand right into him.
I don't know about you, but I'm entertained.
No doubt about it.
2 steps back. Stop boxing.
Listen, you absorb a lot. You're completely outclassed. You get frustrated, and funny things happen in fights. We've seen it before. Sharp right hand.
Yeah, he's looking for that counter right, that lazy jab, or that mid-range jab coming from Madueño. Keyshawn's looking to set him up for that right hand.
Stop. Let him get up. Both of you guys, get up.
Starting to get ugly.
Back up.
Madueño's doing everything he can. Yeah, I mean, it is. But Madueño.
We had the incident after the 6th round. We had the incident here in this round. And now a 3-punch combination from Keyshawn.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Somebody got to step in and say this, man, Madueño. Too many shots being taken. This is exactly how brain bleeds start. I understand he's tough, he's gritty, yes. He's coming back with offense, but at the same time, he's taking big shot after big shot after big shot.
You know, and prior to that near body slam by Madueño, David Franciosi had warned him sternly, admonishing him in the corner, saying, "I will DQ you. You pull something like you just did, I'll DQ you."
Stop.
Just frustration coming from Madueño.
Stop.
Target practice.
It is target practice right now.
Too easy.
And then Keyshawn places that left hand under the right elbow as well.
And you know what? You know when somebody nods like that, when a fighter just says, "Yeah, come on," that means it hurts. That's what that means.
Oh, he's been hurt. He's been tagged with 82 power punches. All right, let's go back and show you the end of the 6th round. This is all after the bell to end the 6th round.
Get out of my face.
Right into the right eye of referee David Franciosi. And then this is what happened in the 7th round.
Oh, the retaliation right there. Hey, look at Keyshawn threw the first blow. He threw the first punch. He started it. And then the retaliation. That's what everybody sees.
Tell them to break clean for me, both of them.
Mark Kriegel, you spoke to the commission. What do they say?
Larry Hazard told me it's inadvertent contact, and David Franciosi properly warned Madueño, "You do it again, you're out of here."
So that is based on what happened after round number 6. Here's round number 8 scheduled for 10 with Keyshawn Davis, the undefeated top 10 lightweight in control.
Stop holding, start using the ring. Box.
Madueno hasn't slowed down. He's still in there fighting.
He has one gear and one game plan.
Break clean, 2 steps. Thank you.
I mean, Davis has hit him with everything.
Break.
The kitchen sink.
Step back. Break clean. Step back.
Everything, and he's still coming forward.
And here's a guy who wants to come forward at the target of the WBC Junior Lightweight Championship. That is Robson Conceição. Will be a 4-time world title challenger tonight. Of course, he fought Shakur Stevenson, but I thought his best effort was his most recent world title challenge when it was a well-earned draw against Emmanuel Navarrete, where he made decisions and acted like a fighter down the stretch on that night.
Stop.
He got off the canvas twice, Tess, to come back and
get a draw against a world champion.
Against a world champion, one of the hardest punchers in the division. That says a lot about his fortitude.
So now he gets Shock. He gets Oshaki Foster. And that is coming up in just a matter of moments. We are minutes away from the WBC Junior Lightweight Championship fight. Right uppercut, well timed by Davis.
Stop hitting him in the back of the head. Break clean.
It's just simple. Just create space for himself along the ropes. And as Madueno's coming in, he's squared up and he just caught him with the uppercut.
Break.
Madueno just depends on volume and he depends on power. Forget the fundamentals. The fundamentals are out the window. He's just in there just trying to land on you any way he can.
Break. 2 steps back. Stop. 2 steps back. Stop. Everybody I know, listen, he's tired.
Come on, Keyshawn did that. Keyshawn buying his time. That pressure of Madueno starting to get to Keyshawn.
Keyshawn can sell though, can he?
He's going to, yeah, he can sell, but he's going to have to just stay mentally tough through this.
Break clean.
I understand he has a man that can take a shot.
Easy, come on, man.
Well, Miguel Madueno has stayed on form of throwing 389 punches, but Timmy, he's also absorbed 152.
Look at this. This kid is a cornerback with the IQ of Tom Brady. You see that uppercut he placed right there? That's beautiful work. Creating space off the ropes, seeing his man leaning forward. Nice. But this is what I was talking about. Keyshawn, he dropped his legs right here. Nice veteran move to pull down Madueno to buy himself, again, more time.
Stop. Break clean. Stop it. Come on, man.
And when I say more time, that just means more time than the rest. The referee needs to step up and do a better job. And tell them that he's going to start.
The third man inside the ropes,
he's
going to earning his pay tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, but he has to be more authoritative. He has to be more in control. He has to let them know, like, hey, I'm going to start taking points right now. This is getting out of hand.
Keep your tongue in your mouth.
There's Clarissa Shields in the locker room.
Beast.
With Shakur. There she is, the champ.
Champ in the house.
Okay, stop. Now stop boxing.
And Shakur's got Andre Ward, Bud Crawford, Clarissa Shields, all in the locker room as he prepares to defend his WBC lightweight championship.
Exactly what Davis needs to do. Continue to just beat on him. He want to stand there and take punches. Keep beating on him. Keep beating on him.
Okay, stop. Break clean. Let him go.
The punch combination again from Davis.
Stop.
Davis just need to get more consistent with his offense. Take a little bit of the steam off his punches and start placing the shots. One after the other. That's how he's going to get the stoppage, little by little.
Well, he's looking pretty fine here in round 9. Body shots and then head work.
And he's making a pressure fighter now go backwards. Yeah. Madueno, yes, it looks like he wants Davison to come in. However, he's bluffing. He's bluffing, Tess.
Look at those left hooks as Miguel has come off the gas pedal in terms of what he's putting forth here in round number 9.
Another tactic to weaken.
Yeah, he's trying to tackle
and then look at the guy.
He's got his gloves around his ankles.
Come on, man. Stay up.
He doesn't have much left at all.
Ooh.
Oh, good right hand catching him coming in.
Oh, he tried to rape him right there. It's starting to get, it's just too ugly. It's dirty inside of that ring right now. Oh my goodness.
That's it. No more.
Oh, big right hand. Did you hear that shot to the head? And Miguel stood up to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, signed credentials, Senator New Jersey.
At the end of the round,
We go to the 10th and final round.
When the fight ends and the bell rounds, tell him, do not hit him. All right, I took a shot. Felt good.
Packed house at the Rock. 2 world title fights coming up in moments, but Keyshawn Davis is putting on a show.
Have a good round.
And a ridiculously rugged and foul-filled fight against Miguel Madueño. 10th and final round.
No. Come on, get up.
More of the same. Target practice right here. Nice little jab from Keyshawn, but a shoulder roll. Boom, pull. To be able to land that shot, the big shot right here. Here it again. Here it is again. Nice pull counter right there from Keyshawn Davis.
Knock this shit off. Knock it off.
He continues to land big shots like this. Sometimes fighters that don't want to go, sometimes it's so difficult to knock them out no matter how much you hit them with. Madueño seems to have his mind made up. He's taking these shots very well. In the past, you've seen guys that faced Davis. They get hit with shots like this, they're knocked out. Not Madueño.
Well, Madueño is on the receiving side of one of the record-setting offensive outputs in the history of the sport. He absorbed 417 power shots in his loss to Claggett. He has 2 losses framed against 31 wins. Both were decision losses. He's never been stopped. Good combination again from Davis.
Okay, that's it.
He got an iron chin and an iron body.
Stand up, gentlemen. Come on. Break. Let him go.
Tripling up the left hand, coming back with the right uppercut, going back to 2 left hooks.
But that's it.
Okay, now stop boxing and separate. Break clean.
Keyshawn, now you hear from the corner, Bomac saying, keep going down to the body.
Stop hitting him in the back of the
This thing has been so dirty and ugly and foul-filled. I'm actually curious to see how they react to each other after this final bell.
Yeah, but what I like about the young Keyshawn is that he didn't let the
break. Stop boxing. Stop punching. Step
bother
back.
him. You know, he's fouling. He's coming back. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do, but he's still staying focused inside that ring. He's not letting it affect his performance at all. See, sometimes fighters, we like to have our way, and we want fights to be clean. Not every fight is going to be clean. Fights are going to get dirty like this, and how you behave and how you respond to this.
Oh, Matador.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, we got Matador going on.
Good stuff.
3 seconds.
And he lands a clean right hand to close it out.
Nice fight, guys. Nice fight.
Well, they hug it out after all of that. After all of that. And they go to each other's respective corners.
It's neither guy wanting to give a mental edge inside that ring. That's all it is, Gus. And you see the sportsmanship. You see the sportsmanship afterwards.
Yep. Almost always.
Look, everything happened but the knockout tonight. You know, Davidson, he did everything he was supposed to do tonight. He got the victory one. No, he didn't get the knockout. Would have loved to see it, but I love the flashy combinations, the counter-punching ability that he showed tonight was brilliant stuff. On the inside, he was able to even at times bag up the stronger Madueño, who kept coming forward, being aggressive, who had heavy hands. Even Davis took some shots tonight to be able to land some offense. So all in all, I thought it was a fantastic performance by Keyshawn Davis. He fought this is the toughest opponent that he's ever faced. I think his defense was great tonight. I think that his conditioning was great tonight. His combinations was great tonight. And the fact that he was able to deal with the type of opponent that Madueño was, a tough, rugged, savvy veteran who just came to fight, came to win, and that had severe punching power.
CompuBox numbers are just superb for Keyshawn Davis. Landed over 50% of his power punches. Landed 194 total, 122 power. And of course, defense on point too, as Miguel only landed 14% of his total punches.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds here inside the Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Mark Constantino, Ron McNair, and Steve Weisfeld all have it 99-91. For your winner by unanimous decision. And still, USBA, WBC USA, and WBO Intercontinental Lightweight Champion, the businessman, Keyshawn Davis.
Keyshawn Davis, 11-0, and he's with Mark.
Congratulations, kid. Man, that was a tough guy. What did you learn tonight?
He was tougher than I expected, but first, I'd like to give God all the glory. He gave me this victory tonight, and I'd love to give it back to him.
It seemed to me like this is the kind of fight that you grow from. Sloppy as it might have been, crazy as it got. What do you think you take away from this?
Honestly, this was like the toughest, like most physical professional fight I had, but I had fun in there. I liked the fight. Like I had fun in there, and I'm glad he did that tonight. It was a different experience, and I definitely gonna take a lot from it and go back to the drawing boards.
Listen, you're not a prospect anymore. You're not an Olympian anymore. You're number 3 in the BC, 4 in the IBF, 5 in the WBO. That was before tonight. Who do you want? How do you want to get to your championship?
Y'all very familiar with me calling a lot of these fighters out. At this point, y'all know I'd be willing to fight anybody. So when whoever top rank want to put in the ring with me, as far as those big names, the fans want to see it, especially at this point. Hey, put me in there with the big names. The fans want to see it. Let's make it happen, man, with anybody.
What big name?
I'm not mentioning no more names. I done called out the whole boxing world. I'm not going to keep calling these names out. They know I want to fight. Just send them a contract, and I bet they'll sign it.
Out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 134.5 pounds, wearing black, white, and red trunks. His record, 29 victories, 5 defeats, 1 draw. 14 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is the former junior lightweight champion of the world. He is the former lightweight champion of the world. He is from Sidra, Puerto Rico, Jose Sniper Pedraza. Introducing out of the blue corner. Introducing out of the red corner. He weighed in at 134.7 pounds, wearing blue trunks with gold trim. His record, 9 victories, no defeats, 1 no contest. 6 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is a U.S. Olympic silver medalist. He is the reigning and defending WBO Intercontinental and U.S. WBC lightweight champion, representing the 7 cities and his hometown of Norfolk, Virginia. He is Keyshawn, the businessman Davis.
Boxer chief second.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, the trainer of Keyshawn Davis, also
Guys,
the
on
trainer
both
of
sides, we're
Terrence
getting
Bud Crawford.
full waistband on both sides, gentlemen. You got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
There's Tom Taylor, the referee, for what will be our co-feature, 10 rounds of lightweights. The former champ, now at 34, against the rising star, Keyshawn Davis, at 9-0 with 6 knockouts. Pedraza got himself up to 140 pounds. He's got a lot of miles on the odometer. The weight drain, could it affect him here to get back down to 135?
Absolutely. You know, you can feel good through camp and diet and do all the necessary things to make the weight, but you really don't know how well you're going to feel the night of the fight. So you just got to just pay attention to Pedraza and see if he still has a lot left in the tank.
And he turned to us yesterday, Tim, when we were getting into a hefty conversation about the strategy that he wants to employ. And he said he wants a high volume pace against Keyshawn.
That's dangerous. Yes, I hear what he's saying, but at the same time, it's dangerous because Keyshawn is a prolific counterpuncher. Look for the right hand over the jab of Pedraza from Keyshawn. If he jabs from the wrong distance, expect that right hand to come over the top.
Pedraza hasn't fought at 135 pounds since May of 2019. Got to come over the top with a right hand against that jab of Davis.
See Pedraza pushing that pace test. That's it. He said he told us in the fighter meeting that he wants to push the pace. He's doing it now, but there's a ton of bouncing from him, wasting a lot of energy. That could show up late in the fight now.
Let him go. Good job.
Way off of a year and 5 days. Said I needed that kind of a rest. Feels ready, feels recharged.
Keyshawn is really economical with his offense. He'll let his hands go when he feels necessary. He just doesn't throw caution to the wind.
And when it comes to the CompuBox stats, when you sit there and you try to look through and come up with analysis with Keyshawn Davis, you go back to that last fight on October 14th, and a bit of a speed bump in this stage of his career, like a lot of top prospects often do. But in that fight against Nahir Albright, that was a majority decision win that was eventually changed to a no contest. That was the first time in his career where there was an opponent who actually even outlanded him in a single round.
Yes, Keyshawn got hurt with a shot, respected the power. I asked him, I was like, did you fall asleep in there? Or, you know, why did you play defense?
Let him go.
And he said it had a lot to do with his actual physical well-being. He said that, you know, the marijuana was the issue. He said he's quit the marijuana now. He said he feels stronger in practice now. He feels like he has the wind to go as many rounds as need or necessary, and his work as hard as he needs to work throughout the course of the fight.
Continue that conversation in a moment. Pedraza continues to try to come forward. Davis able to get out of the way of that offensive attack. But what you're noting is back on October 14th, he had a majority decision win against Albright. The Texas Commission then changed the result of that fight to a no contest after he exceeded the levels for cannabis consumption. Here's Davis. Now, Keyshawn Davis has recently opened up and has talked about issues in his life, going back some years as to why he started smoking, Tim. He said, listen, some serious mental health issues. And throughout that process, he was smoking. And then he told us yesterday how noticeable it is in the course of the recent training camp, in which he has, as he says, put down the weed, and he's a better person in every way.
Oh, absolutely. That had to be tough for him, especially when you get consistent with using the drug like that. However, it definitely will allow you to have better lungs. Anything you think about it, anything you put into your lungs is going to affect it. No matter what it is, it's going to affect it some way, shape, or form. Now, if you look at his last 2 performances, they've been subpar. Been a lot of lulls in action from him. He's going to have to be the complete package tonight, Tess, because it looks like Pedraza right now is starting to get himself into a rhythm.
He had a 14-10 connect advantage in round 1. Round 2 of our co-feature, as you see right now in the locker room. There is the world champion, Teofimo Lopez. 2-division world champion at this point. Of course, was undisputed at 135 pounds. And now the lineal champion, the Ring Magazine belt champion at 140 pounds after that phenomenal performance against Josh Taylor back in New York to start last summer.
All right, stop. Go. Jose, let the arm go.
Pedraza really trying to just push the pace, force an inside fight. I don't know if he's the stronger man in there. Remember, coming down from 140 pounds, yes, you consider him the bigger man. However, Keyshawn's younger. He's strong for the weight class.
Oh, it's a good right hand as Pedraza crossed that threshold. Then a left hook comes in from Keyshawn Davis.
All created by his footwork. Moving laterally and then stopping on a dime.
3-punch combination by Davis. Pedraza back to the inside. Trying to stay right in that pocket. Trying to press the action against the young, undefeated fighter.
Get him up, Keyshawn, just a little bit. Let the arm go, Keyshawn. Keyshawn, let it go.
Keyshawn is throwing these subtle body shots on the inside. Small little punches on the inside that can show up later in the fight. When you're landing body shots like that on your opponent, it's like siphoning the gas tank. It's like siphoning the gas tank. That's been the story for me as I'm watching this. He's just investing in that body because it's going to pay good dividends down the stretch in this fight. And being the older fighter and have been through a lot of wars and having a hard time making this weight in a long time, guess what?
Listen for that bell, gentlemen.
You can wear him down. You can break him down a lot sooner than you think.
And a right hand to close out round 2. Joe, Tim, Bernardo, and Mark with you here from Michelob Ultra Arena, Mandalay Bay. Top-ranked boxing on ESPN. Exciting night. Super Bowl weekend has arrived, and the showstopper, Teofimo Lopez, will be defending his world championship in our main event. Getting a good look at Keyshawn Davis early on here against a former titleist in Jose Pedraza. Another 3-punch combination from Davis.
Look, Pedraza closing the distance. Keyshawn is allowing him to, and now he's just teeing off in spots, catching Pedraza out of position. You see Pedraza switching from southpaw to orthodox.
Good combination from Davis. Then he goes with the right hand. Left hook comes up top. Davis in control here early on around 3.
In complete control.
Wow, the body shots you picked up on that. Look at him double up that right hand, including the uppercut. This is very good sharpshooting early on from Davis, isn't it, Timmy?
He's breaking him down. He's already starting to break him down.
Right hand splits the guard. Davis. Headshot after headshot against Pedraza here in round 3. Pedraza trying to match fire with fire for a moment. Davis had a great opening minute here in round number 3.
Look, if your game plan is just to come forward and throw punches at Keyshawn Davis, you're going to get hit with shots like that. You would think the veteran Pedraza will be trying to attempt to set up his shots and at least use a jab on the way in. He's not doing anything. He's walking through the front door. Keyshawn Davis has allowed him to, and then he's picking him off in the inside.
Combinations, body shots, lead punches. Every offensive weapon being shown in this 3rd round from Davis. In the first half of the 3rd round alone, he landed 20 power punches.
Tess, I'm looking at the legs. What the legs are showing me from Pedraza is that it was a tough weight cut. He hasn't made 135 pounds in 4 years. His legs look very unstable. Every time Keyshawn lands something significant on him, you see his legs somewhat wobble. This game plan as of right now for Pedraza is not going to work. You got to be better than that. You see the defensive prowess of Keyshawn.
Pedraza trying to go to that body and wrap around that right elbow.
There's no power on those shots.
Nope. Look at Keyshawn just shaking it off.
He's arm punching.
He's landed 23 body punches, Keyshawn Davis. Doubling up that left hand. Excellent round. Superb third round by Keyshawn Davis, where he threw 62 power punches and landed 39 of them. And now the doctor is going to look at that right eye of Jose Pedraza.
Over here.
39 power punches absorbed in that last round alone by Pedraza. And we sat with Keyshawn Davis yesterday and talked about Pedraza and perhaps what he brings to the table. He said, let's get something straight. He's not better than me, and I'm not going to sit there and play with that old man. He hasn't. He has come straight out. Meanwhile, this is what's going on in the other locker room of our championship fight. That's Jermaine Ortiz from Worcester, Massachusetts. His trainer, Ricky Gonzalez. First world title challenge for Ortiz. However, he has been to the top on the big stage because he earned the right to be a true contender when he went up against Vasily Lomachenko back in October of 2022. And he went 12 rounds. He showed he could stay with Lomachenko. He had a very good first half of that fight before the former pound-for-pound #1 rallied late. He also had a superb win against Jamel Herring, the former super featherweight world champion. So Ortiz in every way has earned the right against a couple big names to get into a spot like this against Teofimo Lopez. That is coming up after this co-feature. Let's check in with Bernardo.
I was speaking with Luis Espada in Jose Pedraza's corner. He said, I told him I need him to use the entire ring. Don't do this. I don't want you in the in-fight struggling. Box him.
He's fighting with his heart instead of fighting with his mind. You know, and that has to do with he knows that this door is about to close on him. He knows that if he doesn't win this fight tonight, then he may not get another opportunity. This could be it for him. So he's putting it all on the line. He's not thinking in there. He's fighting with his heart, and he needs to fight with his mind. And you got Keyshawn Davis just taking full advantage of his aggression. Ineffective aggression, Tess.
It is effective aggression.
Ineffective.
Davis has been accurate, landing 54% of his power punches.
Pedraza is a shell of himself. You know, I don't care what anybody says. I told you guys, it depends on what he has. I'm not taking anything away from what Keyshawn is doing. He's looking spectacular. You know, he's inside the pocket. He's not allowing Pedraza to work. He's taking, blocking, he's countering. He's doing what he needs to do. But at the same time, you just see that this is not the same Pedraza that we've seen in the past. The weight definitely drained him and took a lot out of him.
Keyshawn, pull it back.
Oh.
Stop. Stop. Don't look at me. Don't turn. Don't come and pull it on. Keep that head up. All right, we're good. Go.
Back to business. Going to take a short break, come back for round 5, and we will hear from Teofimo Lopez in his locker room as he gets ready for his title defense. Don't go anywhere.
Right there at the bell.
Keyshawn Davis with a 104-36 connect advantage through 4 rounds. Mark Kriegel, how do you score it?
All right, stop.
40-36, 4 rounds to none. Keyshawn, listen, he's so much physically stronger. Even when Pedraza scores, it feels like he can't generate any power. I feel like we're just waiting on a KO.
Pedraza's tough. That's one thing I know. He's tough. He's only been stopped by Tank Davis.
I was at 130 pounds.
No knockdown. Stop. Sorry.
If Keyshawn's going to stop Pedraza, he's going to have to start putting combinations together. And it's going to start by going down to the body and continually weakening him. Work
out of that, gentlemen. Work out of it. Keyshawn, pull your arm out. All right, stop. Pull it up when I say pull up.
It's about time. Pedraza finally threw a straight punch right down the middle instead of just trying to smother and get it on the inside.
Jab to the body again. He's landed over 40 body punches to this point.
So what I'm seeing, Tess, is just the relaxation from Keyshawn. That's what's impressing me. He's not spooked by the fire. He's not as spooked by the pressure that Pedraza's putting on him and trying to get inside and maul with him and wrestle with him. He's actually seemingly comfortable in the inside and doesn't have a problem with it.
Stop. No punch.
And Pedraza has not been at the pace that he told us he would prefer to be, and that's because of the dominance of Davis coming at him. There's a right hand from Davis.
Pedraza's doing all the work for Keyshawn.
Yes.
All the work for him. It's exactly what Keyshawn wants. So he can land shots like that again. But the breakdown process has to continue round after round. Keyshawn has to break him down to the body, little by little. There's no power on those shots coming from Pedraza at all. A lot of arm punching.
Stop. Straight back. Go.
Now, there's plenty of power from the shots of the guy who's the star attraction tonight, and that is Teofimo Lopez, who has been so dynamic. Of course, there's been Heisman nights with the one-punch knockouts. There's been sensational efforts, and he does so with a viper quality. He is a twitchy athlete, and now a two-division world champion. He'll be defending his WBO junior welterweight title, lineal title, in just moments against Jermaine Ortiz, and Bernardo is in the locker room with him. Everything is the showman circus theme, and he's very excited and saying, listen, I like when boxing does the big, grand, over-the-top ring entrance, and that is what he has planned. He didn't want to give too many details yesterday, but we know it's circus themed and it's going to be over the top, and that is coming up in moments. He talked about having more tricks up his sleeve, of not even in his mind reaching his prime yesterday, and just simply going out there and having fun. And he has a very game opponent in front of him tonight in Jermaine Ortiz, but you just get the sense that Teofimo Lopez wants to make tonight special with how he closes the show.
Tess, in the biggest events, he's always showed up and showed out. This is one of the biggest events of his career. He's the headliner. It's here in Vegas, the Super Bowl weekend. He's definitely going to want to show out tonight.
Another good body shot from Keyshawn Davis, and now the right hand comes in against Pedraza, and now he's got him backed up against the ropes, and he's teeing off as Davis has Pedraza off balance. Another big headshot, big right hand, backs him up into the corner, and this fight is over. Bloody, beaten, battered is Pedraza, and Keyshawn Davis delivers. The biggest test of his young career, and take out a big red marker and write A+ on it. That was sensational from Davis.
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I would ask the more, y'all thought it was really flexing on it.
Tess, that's a two-division world champion that he just knocked out, that he just stopped, Tess. Let's take a look at these replays, how he got it done. When Keyshawn wants to turn it on, he can turn it on. He can change gears. You can see that starting with the jab, coming behind with the right hand. You see Pedraza right here, squared up inside the pocket. Doesn't have good positioning here. You see the follow-up shots, and then you see the killer instinct. Big right hand around the guard of that high guard usage from Pedraza. And this is a great finish by the young phenom, Keyshawn Davis. Just following up, knew the referee was going to step in eventually. He can see him out of the corner of his eye. But when he wants to turn it on, he can turn it on. This kid has levels, he has gears, and he showed that tonight.
Michelob Ultra Arena, this bout comes to a conclusion at 1 minute 9 seconds of round number 6. For your winner by technical knockout, and now the USWBC, USBA, and WBO Intercontinental Champion, Keyshawn, the businessman Davis.
Keyshawn Davis, tremendous performance with the TKO victory. Let's go up to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, we get straight to the action. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 134.8 pounds, wearing white trunks. His record, 26 victories, 2 defeats, 1 draw, 10 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is a former world title challenger. He represented his homeland in the 2012 Olympics from Stockholm, Sweden. Anthony, can you dig it? Yig it! Introducing out of the red corner, he weighed in at 134.2 pounds, wearing black trunks with red trim. His record is perfect. 7 fights, 7 victories, 5 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is a U.S. Olympic silver medalist. He is the reigning WBO Intercontinental and USBC lightweight champion, repping the 7 cities and his hometown, Norfolk, Virginia, Keyshawn, the businessman Davis!
The young man who's racing towards contender status, Keyshawn Davis.
No, they're taking longer.
I know.
Last time we saw him was right here in Newark, back in September. Co-feature underneath Shakur Stevenson, Robson Canseso.
Okay, you receive your pre-bout instructions. Keep it clean. Obey my commands at all times. And most importantly, protect yourself at all times. Trunks are good. Touch them up. Good luck.
Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley with you ringside tonight. Tim, it's one thing to say Keyshawn Davis is the bluest of blue chips, but it's another thing to understand why. Why do you consider him in that very, very elite tier of prospects?
Well, first of all, Tess, just because you were a great amateur doesn't mean that you're going to be a great pro. But the quicker you can band it that amateur style and adjust to the pros, the faster you're going to move forward in here. And that's what this young man has. He has adjusted to the pros quickly. You're going to understand, he's a master of controlling distance. He fights the fight on his terms. Any distance he wants to fight at, inside, outside, mid-range, it doesn't matter. He can do it all in there.
And then has a punishing finishing kick to him as well.
The only thing that I'm waiting for him to be tested is the chin. We always worry about that with a fighter. As soon as he gets hit flush with a big shot, we want to see how he reacts. See if he'll fight back or fight smart.
31-year-old Yigit from Stockholm, Sweden, fought for the world title in 2018. He was TKO'd in 7 against Ivan Baranchek.
See, what you're seeing from Davis right now is he's changing the distance up. He'll get in range, get out of range. He'll move to the side. He'll move off the line. He's confusing Yigit, not allowing him to know when he's going to actually commit with a punch. Yigit is a southpaw. Southpaws usually look to line up that backhand. Orthodox fighters are usually looking to line up the right hand.
Right now, Yigit is seeing a steady dose of Keyshawn Davis's jab. Then he comes with the power hand, that backhand, and then goes to the body with a left hand against Yigit.
See, the position that the Orthodox fighter is looking for, he's looking to get outside control. So pay attention to the lead foot of Davis. When he throws the right hand, 9 times out of 10, he will have his left foot on the outside of Yigit's.
You can see what an effort Yigit is putting forth to try to get that outside foot position. With it, throwing the left hand twice. A check hook that time by Keyshawn Davis.
He heard him with that shot right there. Did you see Yigit shake it out, shake his hands out? And that's the shot right there that Davis has to be leery of. That looping left hand. Yigit would change his levels, drop down, and loop that left hand over the top.
Davis able to close that range, working behind the jab, then comes with the straight right hand to the body, partially blocked by Yigit.
Tess, it seems like Keyshawn's getting off to a quicker start than we usually see him. He usually takes his time and downloads information. He says he wants to beat his opponent mentally first, but he looked like he's getting after it. Not finding a hard time landing his shots.
5 seconds.
He's been landing clean punches this entire round.
And of one, Keyshawn Davis in control against Anthony Yiga. We're going to see
and he's here to stay.
a dynamic ratio of punches landed when you go through the numbers of Shakur Stevenson. 3-to-1 ratio he outlands his opponents. In terms of those who don't call out his name, this is a WBC lightweight title eliminator. The winner of tonight's fight, our main event, is in position to fight for the world championship at 135 pounds. Yet Isaac Cruz, William Zepeda, George Kambosos, who has recently had the belts, all said no. They will take a pass on Shakur Stevenson. It's Shuichiro Yoshino, the undefeated Japanese fighter, who said yes, and give him credit for that. Round number 2 here. In the first round, Keyshawn Davis had a 12-7 connect advantage. He was 12 of 40. 7 of those were power punches.
The moral of the story with Shakur Stevenson, no one wants to get embarrassed. That's just it. You don't necessarily, you would think that him not being a power puncher, that people will fear him. They fear him. Fighters fear him because they do not want to get humiliated.
You get trying to corral Davis in that corner.
I actually like that hook that Davis is throwing. He's pulling, he's stepping left, getting outside, and he's swinging the left hook. And sometimes you'll have his foot on the inside in foot position, and he lands the hook. We talk about the right hands all the time, Tess, against the southpaw. It's a straight line from the right side of an orthodox fighter, right on the chin of the southpaw. But we never talk too much about the left hook. It's a valuable weapon against the southpaw.
Davis showing us some of his movement as well here in round number 2. Both his footwork to get away and his upper body movement defensively. Veteran referee Benji Esteves.
Let's keep it clean. Come on.
Well, Yegit is landing on his second attempt, so he'll cross that threshold and he'll be in some kind of like different position or an awkward position, but then he'll let the second shot go, and sometimes he lands on Davis.
Good double jab from Davis moments ago. Also switched things up, and there's a straight right hand that he led with, and then the 1-2 that backs it up.
Yeah, but he stepped to the 45 angle to land that, to make the left hand of Yigit miss. See, orthodox fighters can do the same thing that a southpaw do. Southpaws usually use that 45-degree angle off to the side with their back foot. They'll pull it off left and throw the left hand.
No punching, no punching.
Going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll tell you about a big announcement that's coming up live during this Top Rank ESPN show. Don't go anywhere. Round number 3, as we told you, this is the second appearance in Newark, New Jersey for Keyshawn Davis. And then we saw him at Madison Square Garden in New York on Heisman night. He has a 14-5 connect advantage in that last round. Yet to be outlanded by an opponent in total connects in now his 35 rounds as a pro. Joining us live will be Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez at the conclusion of this fight. That was a slip. So Teofimo Lopez, the former king of this division, the lightweights that are in our focus with both this fight and then Shakur Stevenson. And Josh Taylor, recently the owner of all 4 belts at junior welterweight, will be live with us after this Keyshawn Davis-Anthony Yigit fight. Bernardo.
I just spoke with Bomac in the corner of Keyshawn, and he says he's doing well, but I want him to stay in the pocket more because Yigit is wide with his punches, and I think we can break him down inside.
Bomac, the trainer of Keyshawn Davis, a.k.a. Brian McIntyre, the longtime cornerman of welterweight champion Bud Crawford.
A lot of low-level feints. Lead guard feints. That's that looping shot right there.
The left hand from Yigit was just off the mark.
Yigit would lean to his right and kind of hide that left hand.
Three-punch combination from Keyshawn Davis. It started with the hook to the body. Right hand to the body. Just a straight, solid right to the body. Now he gets to the inside. Three-punch combination ends with a right hand upstairs. Good work from Davis. In control, stepping forward. Having success here in round 3. Yigit trying to inch forward. Close that gap. And an uppercut meets him when he crosses that threshold. And he backs away.
Don't push, don't push. Come on, don't push.
See the physicality of Keyshawn Davis. Another hook up top with a straight left to the body. He's had success with that straight right, to the body, and then took an angle, dug in with a left hand to the body, and in doing so against the southpaw, a clash of heads. You can see Keyshawn immediately putting that glove to his left eye.
Take your time. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Ouch. Tess, I got a lot of experience with that. A lot of experience. That hurts.
Let me know when you're ready, right? Stay here.
And Keyshawn,
be careful with your head,
you
okay?
can see the pain he's going through. The pain
there is no blood.
Going through. There isn't any blood, but it still stings, still bothers him, still bothers you.
You're good. Just don't retaliate, okay? Let's go. Time in.
So pause in the action with the clash of heads here in round number 3 that affected Keyshawn Davis. End of 3.
Great instructions right there from Bomac. He's letting them know exactly what he needs to do. A lot of times you get trainers that just tell you what you should do, but they don't tell you how to do it.
Look at the connect percentage for Davis, as you saw him at 37% of his thrown punches connecting against Yigit. Yigit only at 11%. That plus-minus gap is something we will key in on later tonight when we frame the story of Shakur Stevenson. He has the best plus-minus in all of boxing in the hit and don't get hit style of boxing. Davis in control here in the midst of round 4. Bernardo.
I just spoke with Eric Skoglund, who is Yigit's trainer, and he wants him to move to his right, throw the left to the body, and then follow it up with a right to the head of Keyshawn.
And stay away from that right hand that just came in from Keyshawn Davis. Four-punch combination, doubling up the right hand to the body. Loves the right hand to the body, Timmy.
It's a great shot. It's a great punch to land on the southpaw. Lines up perfectly to the body. Ooh, and the left hook, and then he rolled under the lead hand of Yigit and caught him with another left hook.
12 body connects to this point.
The accuracy, the skill set that you're seeing from Davis, superb.
Yigit able to get to the inside for a moment, and Davis just swatted him away.
Well, David is taking some off the glove. Some of it is making contact, but Davis doesn't feel any pop from Yigit. So he doesn't respect his offense. Yigit right now is doing his best to make things difficult for the younger Davis. But Davis doesn't seem phased at all by any of the tactics that he's trying to use.
Davis just using that jab to put him into that blue corner, and when he does, firing off the three-punch combination.
So you can tell that Yigit's not comfortable, Tess. Very jittery in there. Moving left, moving right. He doesn't want to get hit with those big shots from Davis.
Left uppercut just snapped his head up. Remember, Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor live with Mark Kriegel at the conclusion of this fight.
The end is near, Tess.
5 seconds.
The end is near.
Right now, the end of round 4 is near.
Time.
Top Rank Boxing on ESPN is presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. And in part by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. Well, this was the moment just earlier tonight when the Olympian, the 2-division world champion, the hometown hero, Shakur Stevenson, arrived at his locker room. And Timmy, he received a custom ping pong table. I knew you went back and had a visit with Shakur, and everybody was gathered around there. His grandfather and trainer, Wally Moses, was sitting there playing a little ping pong.
Yeah.
Shakur's reaction, can I take that home with me? Absolutely, it's your gift. Welcome home.
It's awesome. You know, when you're on top, everybody want to be close to you, one. And I'm going to tell you, you take everything that's free. Anything that's free, you take it, because when you're not on top, they're not going to show you that same love.
Well, right now, Shakur Stevenson has been on top of 2 weight classes, and he's looking to conquer a third. Keyshawn Davis in the midst of round 5 here against Anthony Yiga, and then the big man comes your way. That is Jared Anderson, 13-0 with 13 knockouts. He's up against George Arias, the 18-0 Bronx-based heavyweight. Heavyweight action coming up. We'll see if Jared Anderson can keep the knockout streak alive. 13 straight knockouts to start his career. Davis utilizing that left hand with success.
More accuracy too, Tess. More accuracy. Yiga's having his spots. He had it about 20 seconds ago.
Watch time. Stop.
You can see redness around the left side of the face of Yiga.
Let's go.
See,
there's that wide sweeping left hand.
What Yiga is doing, he's just being reactive. So as soon as he sees Davis coming in, he'll land a few combinations, but as soon as he sees Davis get relaxed on the inside, that's when he let his hands go.
Davis just picked his spots moments ago, caught him with that right hand. Yiga trying to be the aggressor on the inside. Davis has no problem with that. Landing a left hook, coming back with the right hand before going shoulder to shoulder in the separation of the break from Benji Esteves.
Yeah, Yiga is showing some elusiveness inside the ring. I mean, Davis was complaining to his trainer and saying, Bomac saying that, hey, it's really hard to throw combinations because he's so slippery, so elusive. You know, when you have that problem, what you need to do is you need to pay attention downstairs. The body is the bigger target. The body was turned and twisting things, but it's attached to the body. The head can be moved.
Look at this work from Davis. Excellent job tripling up that left hook. 2 times upstairs, once to the body, and then a straight right hand, and now having a lot of success going to the right uppercut as well.
Floodgates are open now. Yiga is standing still.
Another body shot comes in. Combination with a series of uppercuts as Yiga tries to fight back, but he is taking and eating and getting beaten by Davis. Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley ringside here in Brick City. That was a dominating final minute of round number 5 by Keyshawn Davis. Tim, take us through it.
Stop.
Just tons of accuracy here by the young man. Just letting his hands go inside the pocket. Yiga just out of position. Got those earmuffs on, leaving a ton of openings around the guards of Yiga.
Davis landed a fight-high 25 power punches in that 5th round, and he's picking up that similar pace here early on in round 6. Look at the power punch numbers, 51% for Keyshawn Davis.
Come on, guys, it's spots. That's all.
A lot of talking going on there. You know, Davis, he just seems like the type, he just tries to beat you mentally. You know, he likes to get in his fighters' heads or his opponent's heads.
Enough, Anthony.
And this is a very experienced guy in terms of Yiga, a guy who's fought for a world championship, a guy who has been an Olympian, a guy who's famous back home in Sweden. In fact, he's going to go back home and be on a reality competition show that's going to start filming immediately.
See a lot of things off the front foot from Davis. Stand directly in front of Yigit, making him miss and then making him pay.
Closing that distance, chopping down with the right hand, coming back with a left hook, and now getting him into that corner again, probing with the left hand, landing it to the body. Yigit clearly not posing much of a threat to him when he's in that pocket, as he's just bullying here in these middle rounds.
Complete control, Tess. He has complete control of Yigit. Yigit only lands on Davis when Davis allows him to.
Yigit coming in with that left hand. Oh, look at that work from the left of Davis. Uppercut, hook, hook. Goes back to the left uppercut. To the right uppercut. He's just having fun here in round 6, Timmy.
Target practice. Here it comes, Tess.
Excellent work from Keyshawn Davis.
Right now, Keyshawn is managing his energy right now, and he feels Yigit is starting to wear down a bit, so he's pouring on the combinations.
Doubles up the left uppercut again. Excellent combinations. Christian Colbert is the cut man in the corner of Anthony Yigit. He was trying to tame that nose as it was bleeding throughout the between corners, is sitting on the stool. That's from all the uppercuts, Timmy, that he ate from Davis.
Splitting the guard right there, lead uppercut. 2 punches right there that you rarely ever see against a southpaw. Seeing Davis land him flush, taking advantage of that high guard that Yigit is deferring to every time he's close to him.
So here's Keyshawn Davis, who comes in 7-0 and has said, listen, just advance my career, guys, as fast as you can. And now he's 39 rounds into his career, and he's yet to be outlanded by an opponent. Yigit had his best round in the last round, and it was the first round any opponent has ever had double-digit connects against Keyshawn Davis.
Because he allowed him to. You know, sometimes you need your opponent to get comfortable and let his hands go. And when anytime your opponent, your hands leave your face, Tess, there's openings. And he understands that. He's looking to punch in between the shots of Yigit.
But still, with that, Davis able to go 31 of 55. And now here round 7, touching him with that left hook to the body again.
That's going to be the stoppage right there. The left hook to the liver is where he's going to stop.
Yigit comes back with a short right hand on the inside. Keyshawn pounds his chest and said, yeah, I have no problem with that.
Yigit's in survival mode right now. Shorty's in survival mode.
They are talking and John right up against each other. His blood continues to stream down from the nose of Yigit. And Yigit says, meet me right here in the middle of the ring. Blood pouring from his nose, from his mouth. See if Keyshawn draws him in here.
He ain't winning the fight. All that screaming and hollering and yelling. Watch what happens.
Yigit playing to the crowd, but getting much of the same punishment.
This ain't no game show, Tess. This is real.
Now what, he says to him, now what? Meanwhile, his mouth is streaming blood, his nose is streaming blood, and it's getting a little rough there. Benji Esteves is going to take control of him.
Come on, guys, come on. Time in.
A little frustration sinking in on Davis.
Right here.
Good work on the inside from Davis. Got the best of that exchange. Yigit, I think, is desperate in knowing his only hope is to have this become an all-out brawl and just land something. Land a lottery ticket kind of punch. You can hear the thud coming from Davis's work.
5 seconds.
Big crowd here
Let's
in
go.
Newark, New Jersey, Prudential Center, because it is Shakur Stevens' second straight fight
Anthony, knock it off.
back at home. Shakur Stevenson will be coming up in the main event against the undefeated contender from Tokyo, Japan, Shuichiro Yoshino. This is the scene right now in the locker room of Shakur.
Bring no punching. Come on, let's go.
A big smile that always lights up every arena as he's been watching his good friend Keyshawn Davis in the midst of round number 8. Keyshawn commanding performance with a 143-50 connect advantage against the former title challenger Anthony Yiggett.
Crowd's getting a little restless.
Loading up on those left hands, now backs him up with 2 headshots. Those white trunks are turning pink on Yiggett. Series of punches up top. Left uppercut comes in. Some head movement from Yiggett just to stay in it. And now showboats in the corner as Keyshawn smothers him.
That's just the only way Yiggett stand in this fight, Tess. He's psychologically psyching himself out to stay in this fight. He's taking a beating right now from Davis.
Keyshawn standing right in front. Just little shoulder rolls, little parries, blocking with his arms, and throwing back. And now bearing his head into the chest of Yiggett. And a short right hand as Yiggett bull rushes and ends up on the canvas. Yiggett complaining that he was kneed and is reaching for his jaw. The mouthpiece needs to be replaced.
Let's go. Put that one in.
Let's see if he need him. Oh. Yes, Tess. Yes, he did. That wasn't nice at all. Yiggett was complaining about a knee. Yes, it was a knee to the head. Left hook on the inside.
Trying to punch between punches right in the middle of the ring. Davis comes with a straight right hand. Now the series of punches up top. Long right hand. Yiggett goes to the body. Takes the left hand to the body in that exchange. Right uppercut comes in. Right hand comes in and Yiggett's in trouble here. Closing moments of round 8. Keyshawn Davis putting forth damage as it takes it to the bell in round 8. Oh! What a body shot! Brick City! He just got a brick to the belly! What a devastating body shot from Keyshawn Davis!
That's a knockdown.
Knockdown scored in the closing seconds of round 8 with an absolute wrecking ball body shot.
Davis turning on the fire right now. Beautiful. Bolo-like scooping left, right hook down to the body. My goodness, he weaved underneath the left hook right there. Boom, right in the solar plex. Taking the life out of Yiggett. Sucking it right out. Ooh-wee. Right to the solar plex. I can't believe Yiggett got up from that shot. Extreme toughness from that man there, Yiggett. Crucial shot right there.
Fight high 32 power punches landed in round number 8. Scheduled for 10. Yiggett absorbing a lot of punishment.
Tess, they need a sign on Davis that says, do not motivate. You see what can happen if you motivate. I'm gonna call him a killer. That's what he is, a killer in the ring.
Time to close the show right here, and that's it. Keyshawn Davis with a TKO victory over Anthony Yiggett. A few days ago, Keyshawn Davis told Anthony Yiggett, I'll do whatever I want to do to you. He turned to him and said, can you dig it, Yiggett? Well, he dug it. He dug right in with that body shot at the end of 8 and then closed it up in round number 9 with a TKO victory. With CompuBox numbers, that'll just blow you away. And all the results will show up on Anthony Yiggett's face, because Keyshawn Davis landed 152 power punches. Timmy, here's how it ended.
Yeah, checking his temperature. I mean, the last round, he dropped him with a body shot, so he came out blazing. Again, do not motivate this young man. Yiggett has been enticing and trying to get this young man mad, and you see what can happen. I think the fight was stopped a little bit too premature for my liking. I know Yiggett wasn't fighting back, but he was trying to defend himself well. He was tucking his guards up, you know, and look at his eyes. He looks perfectly fine right here, but the referee steps in and says, I've seen enough of it.
To that point, Yiggett had absorbed 183 total punches, 46 body shots, including the brutal knockdown moments before that in the 8th round. And power punch percentage of Keyshawn Davis was 55%. Timmy, you abide by the rule that if power punch percentage hits 50, fight is over.
The fight is over.
It's a TKO.
It's going to be a TKO
55% of his power punches landed. Let's make it official. Here's Mark Chinook.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey, referee Benji Estevez calls a stop to this bout at 21 seconds of round number 9, declaring your winner by technical knockout and still WBO Intercontinental and US WBC lightweight champion, Keyshawn, the businessman Davis!
Remember, we're moments away from a major announcement and a live visit with world champion Josh Taylor and former undisputed champion and former undisputed lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez, plus Jared Anderson, the heavyweights coming up next. But right now, let's go to the ring to Bernardo.
Keyshawn, you get the victory. You said that it was fun because you'd never had an opponent that talked like Yiggett. How much fun was it?
Oh man, it was fun. We was both talking trash in the ring, and he kind of brought that anger out me today, but I had to find a way to control it, and we got the victory.
You talked about breaking him down physically and mentally. What was the key to finally stopping a man who was relentless?
I really just asked Gomez what to do, and he told me start moving to my left more, use more feints, and then it'll come to me, and the knockout's gonna come.
Lightweight division is stacked. What does this mean for you in terms of where you are in this weight class?
Hey, for that other southpaw on the other side of the street, this is an example for you. But I probably can do you a little earlier than that. You and Earl keep saying this, that, and third. I want to fight, but y'all calling out other fighters. Why is that? I want to fight you. I want to fight you. You feel me? If you want to fight, let me know, because I want to fight.
All right, Joe. Looks like Keyshawn wants to fight.
Keyshawn Davis won the silver medal at this summer's Olympic Games, considered by many to be the best of what's an excellent group of pro prospects from that team. By the way, Top Rank signed all of them, every single U.S. Olympian from the boxing team. Keyshawn lost a razor-thin decision to the Cuban veteran Andy Cruz then, but that's the amateurs. This is the pro game. This is different, folks, and Davis appears like he will be fast-tracked, a rocket ride to a world title opportunity. Everybody says he's a can't miss. Tonight, he goes up against Jose Zaragoza, scheduled 6-rounder in a lightweight bout. Here's Mark Chinook.
Ladies and gentlemen, we return to the action here inside the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. This is boxing, this is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum. This fight is brought to you by Caesar Sportsbook and Boost Mobile. Scheduled for 6 rounds in the lightweight division. Our judges at ringside, Ken Ezzo, Robert Perez, and Robin Taylor. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Charlie Fitch. Introducing first out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 136.2 pounds, wearing black trunks. He brings a record of 8 wins, 3 defeats, 1 draw. 2 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From La Barca, Jalisco, Mexico, Jose Zaragoza. Introducing out of the red corner. He weighed in at 137.8 pounds, wearing black trunks with gold trim. He brings a perfect record into the ring, 3 victories with no defeats. 2 of those victories coming by way of knockout. This past summer, he brought home a silver medal for Team USA at the Tokyo Olympics. From Norfolk, Virginia, Keyshawn, the businessman, Davis!
Nice job, man. Brought the excitement. Good evening, Jose. Good evening, Keyshawn. Gentlemen, you both know the rules. Obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. Please touch gloves now. Come out fighting at the bell.
Dre, where do we begin with Keyshawn Davis when everybody you talk to, all the experts, say he's a can't-miss 5-star guy?
He's got all the makings of a star, inside and outside the ring. Charisma, smile. He's very conscious of what he's saying to the media. But inside the ring, he's won everything in the amateurs except beat the Cuban. He's beat everybody except the Cuban. And that's going to translate, and it already has in his first couple fights in the pro game. You see it already. You just got to see him evolve, run into those tough moments, which I don't think will be tonight, up the road, and watch how he overcomes. And if he can, it's going to be another pillar. It's going to be another star, another face of the sport in the near future.
Well, I'm curious tonight. I know he has a skill, but I'm curious to see if he can get the stoppage against Zaragoza, because he's never been stopped. He's been in there, matched pretty toughly, with good experience, prospects, top prospects as well. And no one's been able to stop him or figure him out.
Zaragoza's 33 years old. Didn't turn to boxing, though, until a couple of years ago. He was a veteran in MMA, in kickboxing. But very active with 6 fights over the course of 2020, and now already his 4th fight in 2021.
Break! Stop back!
Zaragoza, he got the memo. His job is to try to make this as ugly and as rough as possible. It's not about skill and looking good and flashy. That's not him. He needs to make this ugly and try to land some shots and rough up Davis. And even if he doesn't win, survive and be able to say, I gave him a tough fight. That's a win for Zaragoza tonight.
See Davis's overall speed there, just offensively, defensively.
Look like he tried to set up the left hook to the body. Davis is. There it is. That's where he needs to continue to go, the body. You can hit a guy upstairs all night long, but if you go down to that body, definitely can stop him with a liver shot. There it is.
I'll tell you, the left hook upstairs wasn't so shabby either. Now the sweeping right hand. And now he's just finding his spots.
Just with the minor level change right there from Davis, he'll just drop his knees. Then he'll feint, then he'll get outside with the left hook to the body. Ooh, nice uppercut.
And you hear the thud on that right hand as well. They're the levels you talk about, Tim.
Beautiful distance control right there from young talented fighter.
Break! Keep him up, Jose. That one was a little low. 10 seconds to the bell.
Total control early on with the class of Keyshawn Davis. End of one. In that first round, Keyshawn Davis enjoyed a 26-7 connect advantage. He landed 16 of his 24 power punches, so the accuracy right on target as well.
And it's only going to get worse from here. Those numbers are going to get a little bit more gaudy before all is said and done.
Keyshawn Davis, who is now working with B&B in Omaha. Bo Mack, Brian McIntyre, and that entire team, of course, famously works with Terrence Bud Crawford, the welterweight champion of the world, who's with Bernardo ringside.
The Bud Crawford stable continues to grow. Terrence, what makes Keyshawn special?
Shit, everything. His reflexes, his boxing IQ, his punch selection, his movement, his defense, you know, everything.
Tonight, he's catching shots. He's in the pocket. Is this what you saw when you said, come join this crew?
Don't get greedy. Oh, man, I've been saw his talent, his skills. When I first seen him fight and when I first got in the ring with him when he was still an amateur. You know, so I've been knowing his talent and his skills for a long time now.
Yeah, and he's showing it right now, Joe, with that right uppercut.
He sure is. Now, it's interesting as you see Bud Crawford, who of course is coming off of the knockout victory over Sean Porter in that pay-per-view in Vegas. Just a spectacular performance by Bud Crawford there. And look at him working this left hand. But Dre, as soon as Keyshawn Davis went over to work with Bo Mack, it was Bud who said, all right, come on, you're getting in with me right away. We're going to go. And they did 3 4-minute rounds.
Oh, yeah. That's what time it is. When you're the big dog in the stable and you got the young pup that comes in and he's saying that he's going to be the next one, you got to feel him out. You got to let him know what time it is. You want to see what he has, but then you want to let him know what level you're at and the level he needs to reach for.
What you're seeing is a young man that's in total control of the ring, dominating every aspect of the ring. He's doing exactly what he wants to do. Oh, my goodness.
Look at this attack here. And look at how calm and cool and in control he is.
5, 6, 7, 8. Walk to me, Jose. Let me see your gloves.
Just enough time on the clock for it to get ugly, fellas.
Let's see what happens. How does Davis close the show? Nearly clipped him with a big right hand. Oh, body shot! I mean, on the target, bullseye body shot. Every bit of it.
6, 7, 8, 9.
That's it. As they say in the biz, on the button. Damage done. Kid is special. Kid is real special.
New face of boxing right there. New face of boxing right there.
Good win, fellas. He did what he was supposed to do, which is dominate a fighter like Zaragoza. You got to get him out of there. You fill him out for a round or two, and then you turn up, and that's exactly what Keyshawn Davis did. He got that knockdown because he was touching, walking Zaragoza down, walking him down, gave him a false sense of himself, made him feel like that he was safe, and then he turned it up and increased that cadence and the speed, and that's when that shot landed, and down went Zaragoza.
You see Bud Crawford already talking to Keyshawn Davis, from one of the top champions generationally in the sport to the guy who everybody says will be destined for those championship moments.
Listen to me. What can't this young man do? He can do it all. Precision, precise, double uppercut right there. Right up the middle. As you can see, Zaragoza leaning forward, and then there's the follow-up body shots. Here's the end of the fight. Get outside, he sees the liver, boom! Digs the left hand right downstairs behind the elbow of Zaragoza, and down he goes. Liver shot shuts every system down in your body, just for a moment. Look at that, getting distance right there. Beautiful job by and then setting up that left hook.
Digging to the liver.
My goodness.
Digging to the liver. Oh, did you hear it? And Dre, for those who have felt it, on the other end of a pure, accurate liver shot, they will tell you, Dre, it's just instant. Instant.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you it freezes you. You can't move. You see, there are those that are trying to hit the canvas to get his breath back, like it cuts off your wind supply for 10, 15 seconds, and you don't have enough time to get up. And most of the time, you don't want to get up, even if you could get up. Keyshawn Davis shined tonight as we thought he would. He's moving on to bigger and better things, and I'm excited to see this young man's career evolve and progress.
Let's make it official, Mark Chinook.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside Madison Square Garden, referee Charlie Fitch calls a halt to this bout at 2 minutes, 51 seconds of round number 2. For your winner by technical knockout, Keyshawn, the businessman, Davis!
He's all smiles, and you see the top-ranked executives right behind him, the birthday boy, Carl Moretti, Todd DeBuff, the president, who just turned over to us, and they just said, wow. Yeah, wow. Everybody was chasing this guy to sign him. The big signing out of the Olympics, and he absolutely is delivering. You want to hear it one more time? Listen to this knockout punch.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And guess what? Guess what? This young man, he doesn't run around the ring. He doesn't bag up. No, he comes forward. He likes that action. He does everything moving forward. Strong, off the great jab, great balance, precision, technique, you name it, he does it all.
Up to Bernardo we go.
Welcome to ESPN Network. Welcome to Madison Square Garden. You delivered tonight after your Olympic performance. How did it feel to do this as a pro once again?
First off, I'd like to thank God for giving me this victory. I'd like to thank Top Rank, ESPN, my team behind me, and I'd like to thank Mr. Dolan. But today was a great day, man. We trained hard for this. Me and my DB3 brother standing behind me, and Keyshawn Davis gonna get the job done today, getting on the Olympic team. So we just carrying it on as a family, and we're gonna keep going up from here.
There's also got to be some pressure when there's so much riding on it for you, when you're touted as the next big thing for American boxing, and then you come on this stage and you drop him with the uppercut, and then you finish him with that body shot. Walk me through that finish, because you don't see young fighters put that punch together early.
Right, man. Honestly, I had a great training camp. You know, every session, every sparring session, every strength and conditioning session, every pool workout, I took it serious just for this one moment. So every time I step in the ring, I just have fun. You know what I'm saying? I just go off my opponent. Most of the time, it feel like sparring. And I feel like when I'm comfortable, most relaxed, that's when I look the best. And that's what I got today.
You have Terrence Crawford and his whole entire team in your corner now. We know what that means from the outside. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot, for real, for real. I've been around Terrence Crawford for about 3 years now. I got plenty of sparring sessions in with him, also with Jamel Herring. So him being actually in my corner, hearing his voice outside of the ring, it definitely means a lot. And I appreciate Terrence for everything that he's done leading up to this fight right here.
You're a silver medalist, and now you're undefeated 4-0 as a professional, 3 knockouts. Everyone wants to take it slow and slow you down, but that's not the route you want to take.
No, sir, man. I want to move as smart as possible. So if that means moving fast, then let's go. ESPN Top Rank, I'm ready, man. Push me as fast as you want to. I'm going to take it to the limit. I'm going to take it to the highest limit. And I promise you, I will not let y'all down.
We got a race card, Joe. His name is Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, and he can power punch as well, Bernardo.